Bye, Cristiano. Wow, 6 in the live, like 61. Huge part of why Ronaldo has gone today. You're going to have to bear with me today. I'm doing my washing. Probably in about 15 minutes, I'm going to have to go outside, hang it all up. I don't have a dryer. So bear with me, or you can just leave. It's up to you. So I'm going to explain to you why Ronaldo went today, why Morocco won, why they didn't concede. And it's going to blow your mind. I think I've done a phenomenal job of showing people who support my work that this World Cup's satanic. I think I've done a phenomenal job at showing people that it's all coded, that it's all energy harvesting. That's my goal at this point. I'm changing people's lives with this knowledge. All right? Then winning money off it, it is what it is with that. But I've told you, when it comes to coding in play, there ain't anyone better than me at coding in play. I see where the game's going. And at 0-0, I was like, Morocco probably won't concede in this game. They're not going to concede, and I'll explain why. I saw how 61s could favour Ronaldo with the 18s, but I saw all these crazy 61s for why Portugal were going to not score in this game, because they stayed on 61 World Cup goals. So I'll break this down for you. And if you start asking me about England and France, I think England progressed, but we do know that France have strong connections with Morocco. All right? Morocco is predominantly an Arabic country, but it has deep, deep, deep French roots. All right? And a lot of French influence. But I know Morocco was also a province of France, but Morocco have a lot of connections with England as well. So Morocco are doing so well. I've told you they had the pentagram. They have the pentagram, which is satanic. And I said in my last live stream, you've got to pay attention in my live streams. I do my best work when I'm flowing, where I'm not overthinking and I'm flowing. I said, whoever's wearing red and green will progress. And it was Morocco. Because the second horseman is red, which is war and bloodshed. The fourth horseman is death, which is green. I literally said, go back and watch the live. All right, somebody reminded me of it. Whoever's wearing red and green will progress. And it was Morocco. So it's just scandalous how this is all being done. I personally want the World Cup over. I feel like I've exposed it. Of course, I want England to take it because I've talked about them for a long time, but it's just, you don't know what's around the corner in these games. You just don't know what's around the corner. When I saw that Morocco could get the 8th clean sheet in 9 games, I was like, okay, there's not going to be late drama in this game. They've won. Because the Queen died 8-9. Morocco have now kept 8 clean sheets in their last 9 games. I always talk about 89. All right, that's when the Hillsborough disaster was. So Morocco are knocking out all these top nations, not because they have a great team or because they have this World Cup pedigree. They're knocking them out because they're coded to knock them out, and it's all Satan. I used to joke around and say that Satan could basically get anybody, put them in a team, and have them finish the top goal scorer. He can do that. If he puts a demon inside of them, he can do that. From what I've heard, don't watch these pathetic games, but from what I've heard, Ronaldo was pretending to cry at the end of the game, but he started laughing. Like he started laughing. Did you see Neymar attempting to cry with Dani Alves consoling him? You've got to see through this. You've got to see them as actors and realize that they're terrible actors. They're actors. They work for Satan to deceive, to take our energy. Okay, they're con artists. They don't care about winning World Cups or Euros or Champions Leagues. Okay, yes, they do like the attention and the recognition and all of that, but they know deep down that it has nothing to do with their ability. They're inverted, satanic puppets of Satan. Cristiano versus Morocco seems like they're trying to symbolize Christians losing to Islam. The commentators were saying Morocco were playing for Africa and the Arabs. Amazing observation. Again, I didn't hear the commentary. But yeah, Cristiano was not going to win it. They hate Christ. I told you all multiple times since the tournament began, they are not going to do Messi-Ronaldo final. You've got to pay attention to me. And straight away, before the tournament began, they ain't going to do that. Too many people want it. Satan isn't that ridiculous. He won't have it as Cristiano versus Messi, who's the GOAT. No, he ain't going to do that. You have to see through that. And again, don't let your emotions get involved in this. People are really sad that Ronaldo's out. They're really sad that he may never play in another World Cup. If he does, he's going to be 41. But I don't think there'll be another World Cup, which I said before anybody else. We'll see. Guess we'll find out in 2026 if I'm right or wrong about that, if we're still here. So, yeah, Ronaldo's gone. I'll go deep as to why he went in a moment. I'll try and read your comments. Of course, I will not be watching England or France. I will not be watching it. I have to keep an eye on it. But whatever happens, I'll move on. We go to the semi-final, and I'll still code the games. If Morocco go on and win the whole thing, then it might be enough to wake people up without gematria. Maybe they do a Greece, who won Euro 2004. They kept winning 1-0 or not conceding. And everyone were like, they're going to lose this. They're going to lose the quarters. They're going to lose the semi. They're going to lose the final. But conveniently, Morocco have two of their best defenders now injured, and they got a player sent off. So I'll be crazily shocked if France or England don't knock them out in the semi-final. Also, I'll be baffled, truly baffled, if they're going to do France-Croatia back-to-back finals. That, for me, will be baffling and another opportunity to wake people up. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they do France-Croatia final like 2018. That'll just be off the charts. I think Argentina will put out Croatia. And I'm hoping England knock out France and then Morocco. Argentina, I've told you ages ago, the riddle for them to win it or get to the final was just spectacular. If it's England, Croatia in the final, then can England get their revenge against Croatia for losing the semi-final 4 years ago? There's a lot of narratives here. There's a lot of narratives. Then you've got to pick your favourite, to be honest. Like when you're in my community, you don't always have to go with what everybody else is going with. I'll give you the world-class numbers. I said how Portugal, they have scored 61 all-time goals at the World Cup. Their last game, they won 6-1. Morocco, all right, they have a king. Their king was born in 61, and he's currently 61. So you've got Mohammed VI is the king of Morocco. I've said a lot of this World Cup's been about royalty, about war, about revelation, and about 9/11. So you've got Mohammed VI, who's the king of Morocco. He belongs to the Alawi dynasty and acceded to the throne on the 23rd of July, 1999. We know to flip those nines, you get 666. Upon the death of his father, King Hassan II, upon ascending to the throne, Muhammad initially introduced a number of reforms and changed the family code, Mudawana, which granted women more power. All right, Satan's behind feminism and all of that and all these communities. I've told you that. So he's 59 years old, which is the 17th prime. That Brittany Griner, she was detained on Michael Jordan's 59th birthday, and then she was released exactly 42 weeks after. And then Morocco's winning goals after 42 minutes, a number I've gone on about for 2 years. And did you see the celebration? Did you all see the celebration? I hope you did. So he's 59 years old, he's king of Morocco, the 17th prime. He was knighted 17 years ago, and Portugal just stayed on 17 World Cup wins. And when Ronaldo first came on the scene for Portugal, he was given the number 17 jersey, and he came into this World Cup with 17 games in the World Cup, with 7 goals, and 17's the 7th prime. All right? Morocco stayed on 7 draws at the World Cup. And I said, CR7 may go out, exclamation mark. If you're on my website, you've got to read my in-play stuff. There's nobody that does it better in play. So Mohammed VI has been the king of Morocco for 23 years. And Morocco stayed on 23 goals conceded. I know I've raved on about 8, 8, 8, 8. One of the reasons why I said Ronaldo would stay on 8 World Cup goals, which he did. But 9 is massive. 9 is the number of completion. 1984 was George Orwell's 9th and final book. All right? You've got this king of Morocco, became the king 23 years ago, the 9th prime. There could well be a 9th nation to win it. I've said I don't think that's going to happen. If Morocco win it, that's your 9th nation. If Croatia win it, that's your 9th nation. England have already won it. Argentina have already won it. France have already won it. There's no gimmies at this point now. There's no gimmies at all. So what about Brazil going out of the World Cup? They won 666 all-time games. They won 76 World Cup games. 7 times 6 is 42. The beast reigns for 42 months, and the number of the beast is 666. That's why Brazil went out, and that's what you need to care about. Not if you won money on Croatia, or if you won money on whoever, on Morocco today. You need to see that it's all biblical, and I hope that what I'm revealing to you is making you look into the Bible, because it's quite simply undeniable. I mentioned 61 so heavily, and the opening goal of the game was scored by a player born on 6-1. And Portugal can stay on 61 goals scored after just winning 6-1. That's what happened. 61 is the 18th prime. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Ronaldo made his Red Devils debut at age 18, and 18 years later re-signed at age 36. He was born on the 36th day of the year, and 3 times 6 is 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6. They've just gone out to this satanic nation with the pentagram in the flag. I keep telling you that 44 is a cool number. You don't want to be connected with that 44. Ronaldo has just gone out exactly 44 weeks after his birthday. Exactly 44 weeks. All right? And it's also 57 days before his 38th birthday, which is a murder number. 57 days before his birthday, Portugal just stayed on 57 World Cup points. Qatar equals 57 in Gematria. 5 times 7 is 35 for Baphomet and Satan. All right? This is quite, frankly, remarkable stuff, what's playing out. Morocco are ranked 22nd in the world by FIFA, and with a win, they advanced to 22 World Cup points in what is Ronaldo's 22nd World Cup appearance. Brazil, guys, just went out yesterday. I told you Brazil had tons of 22s. With doing what I do, it don't mean I'm going to get everything right. But I told you, you've got to keep an eye on Brazil because they have so many 22s. The first nation to play in 22 World Cups. They've qualified for all of the World Cups, all right? Their manager was born with 220 days left in the year. Neymar signed for Brazil, signed for PSG for 222 million euros. Okay? They lost Copa America final to a 22nd minute goal to Di Maria. What happens in the 22nd edition of the World Cup? They go out with 22 days left in the year. They go out with 22 days left in the year. All the 22 for Brazil. So what do they do with them? Knock them out with 22 days left in the year. Ain't easy coding exactly what Satan's going to do when you realize that I'm up against the supernatural, whether it's Satan, God, demons, Baal, whoever you think's doing this. If you think it's man, then I feel sorry for you. Man's being used, but only man who are possessed. 22 master angels of Satan, amazing. 22 is a master builder number. Mr. Illusion has done more to bring me to Christ than any person on the planet. That just gave me chills. That means so much. So much. You're saying that. The code on my website for England, whatever you want to say, whatever happens, the code I have for England to progress is really strong. And I know there's stuff for France. There's always stuff for the top teams. France are the world champions. They have arguably the best player in the world right now, Mbappe, who's obviously dating a transgender. But England have this code. It's very, very rare, okay, very rare that two underdogs win. Morocco are like plus 700, England are plus 210. But again, it ain't just about money. It's a part of it, but it ain't the main factor in it. England could win this, France could win it. Whatever happens, man, at the end of this World Cup, I've told you I'm going to have a book that you can share with any family member or friend. When they read it, they're going to see just how satanic professional football is and how since 1930, which was the first ever World Cup, they're going to see how it's all been perfectly synced to get to this point. Remember Brady, another 22, who had to retire after playing 22 seasons, but then he came out of retirement and now he's playing his 23rd. That is that ninth prime. This is why it'll be Brady's last season. He was born 83. 83 is the 23rd prime. 23 is the ninth prime. 9 is the number of completion. If Morocco or Croatia win it, there ain't ever going to be another World Cup. All right? Or if England win it, it's coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. No, Jesus is coming home if England win it. I really want England to win it because they do have this deeply biblical code. If Morocco win it, it's beyond satanic. So Argentina, yeah, they've got a phenomenal, exceptional riddle. I'll be amazed if they're not in the final. I'll present that later today. Falklands War, by the way, began on 4-2 between Argentina and England. It lasted exactly 10 weeks. England won the Falklands War. That was in 82. Queen was born 4-2-1, the 82nd prime. Guys, you're going to have to bear with me here. I have to go hang up all my clothes. It may take me between 5 and 10 minutes. Do me a favor. Message each other, communicate with each other. I can't leave my clothes in the washing machine. I just knew I had to do this live. I'm going to go as I have 28 likes, and Ronaldo began his career with Sporting Lisbon wearing number 28, the 7th triangular number. So bear with me. If you want to leave, leave. If you want to go get a drink, take a shit, whatever it is you want to do, go give your wife or husband a kiss. Tell your kids you love them. I'm going to be back in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. I have to do this. It'll be about 3 or 4 minutes. This is a lot of clothes. Bear with me. Oh, man. Two minutes. Sorry. Well, no, why do I say sorry? It's hung up. It's hung up. All right. Let's have a little look at what you're saying. Thank you for being patient. Portugal ended their cup run 57 points. Ronaldo born 2-5 from Super Bowl LV to Super Bowl LV, second exactly 2 years, 5 days. TB12 loses Super Bowl 57, perhaps. Well, I'll give you a 57 stat, which I have, about Ronaldo. This is how deep it is. This is how perfect Satan does this. So Morocco now have 5 wins and 7 draws at the World Cup, like 57. Listen to this stat to show you how deep this is. That is not man. Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo has failed to score in all 8 of his knockout stage appearances at the World Cup, including third place playoff, going 570 minutes without scoring. 570 minutes on the nose, that 57, which is enormous. It's absolutely enormous, is the 57. So people questioning again, I don't like this debate because they all work for the same master. CR7's the GOAT, the greatest to ever do it. Guys, he's never ever scored in a knockout game at the World Cup. How can he possibly be the GOAT? He's never literally scored in a knockout game at the World Cup. 570 minutes. Everything's perfectly planned out. Why he's on the bench, why he comes on when he comes on. All right, in that 6-1 game against Switzerland, he comes on after 72 minutes. His 72 goetic demons. Pope Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013, 9 years ago for another 9. Remember when Ronaldo was at Real Madrid, he was given the number 9 jersey because Raul were there. Then he got the number 7. Like how the Queen died in the 97th year of her life. Like how 97 people died because of the Hillsborough disaster. So 570 minutes in knockout games, and he's not scored 1 goal. Nice Alto. There was a ton. In play, Morocco were not losing the game in 90 minutes with my code. They were either going to extra time. They was not conceding a goal. They wasn't going to concede a goal. And they didn't. So I saw Bruno Fernandes hit the bar. Again, the woodwork. We know that there's literally goal line technology. When I tell people there's technology that has a say in whether the ball goes in or not, you don't know what you're talking about. La-di-da-di-da. There's goal line technology, you muppet. They're literally telling you it's technology. There's magnets in the balls. They're telling us all of this. And again, so many 42s as they have 42 likes, guys. The winner of this World Cup gets 42 million. I've been on the ball with that number for so long. The winner gets 42 million. France won the last World Cup final 4-2. They have that 42 riddle. England won their only World Cup final 4-2. They have the 42 riddle. Morocco just got to the semi-final after scoring after 42 minutes. They're so connected to the beast. No offense to any of you out there, I think Satan came up with Islam. I believe Satan came up with Islam. Okay? No offense to you if you believe in Allah. I believe Satan came up with Islam. Okay? And then you have Croatia, who just lost the World Cup final 4-2. So there's all these 42s at play. Yeah, sorry, Regine. I believe that from what I've read with the Bible, that Satan has created religions, is divided us. I know Islam and the Quran's very, very similar to the Bible. Very similar. I'd say probably 95%. But I know what Satan's done with religion. I know what he's done with countries and social constructs. And I know what he's doing now with gender and sexuality. I see right through it. So Morocco should not be there. Why are they there? Because of Satan. Morocco are there because of Satan, because of their pentagram. And Satanists worship the pentagram. All right? You've got to look into flags. You've got to look into the colors of these flags. You've got to look into the presidents, the prime ministers, the wars that they've been involved, because you'll see that everything's connected. Satan is the god of this world. This is his realm. It's why my friend Andy, and I disagree with him, but I get his perspective. He says where we are right now is hell. He says this is Satan's realm. I tell him, no, I think hell is something you can't even comprehend. Like literally like a bottomless pit. I don't think you can comprehend hell. To say that earth is hell, I said I disagree. I said on earth you can have heavenly moments, hellish moments. I think this is the testing ground. The ultimate testing ground. I do not believe earth is hell. So guys, when you hear me speak, I ain't a prophet. I don't know everything. I express my opinion. I'll say certain things that upset you and offend you, whether it's about Islam, whether it's about the transgender agenda, all right, whether it's about professional sports being corrupt and rigged, whether it's about players and stars being possessed by demons. I'm going to say stuff that rattle you. I ain't doing it to upset you or go out of my way to offend you. I know there's a few people right now on my website, they're going at each other. Okay, you've got to realize we're adults. You're going to have differences in opinions. You don't have to get aggressive with people about it. You might think this, you might think that. None of us truly know. A lot of us think we know. We don't truly know, do we? There's people who are more consistent than other people with their predictions. But even then, we don't 100% know that that team won or that person died because of those numbers. We may convince ourselves it's those numbers. I've done it just so many times for the level of consistency where I believe in my work. But every dog has its day in this community. Somebody might have this phenomenal riddle for Morocco. They had it at the beginning of the tournament, think that they're the greatest coder ever, and then they might not hit a code for the next 7 games. Maybe their code wasn't what won Morocco the World Cup. They say Jesus is God and also the Son of God. Yeah, but in the Quran, they really focus on how pretty much Jesus is just that prophet and is not the prophet. Jesus is God. Jesus is God. That's the biggest difference. You've got Jesus as a prophet, Muhammad as a prophet. Jesus is God. And that's huge. Imagine Croatia versus France again. Let's have a little look at that because I know that they played on 15/7, 2018. We'll have a little look at the span. And by the way, you know how I always tell you that Kobe Bryant synced up with Ronaldo? Kobe being Bryant equals 81. His highest scoring game was in his 666 game where he got 81 points. He died on January the 26th, 126. Well, Ronaldo's just gone out 8 weeks and 1 day before his birthday. And 8 weeks and 1 day is 1 month and 26 days. And 42 months is 1,026 days. And he went out because of it was a 42nd minute goal. Let me mark that down before I move on to that date duration. Ronaldo went out of the World Cup 8 weeks and 1 day before his birthday. Kobe being Bryant equals 81, and his highest scoring game was in his 666 game where he scored 81 points. 8 weeks and 1 day. 8 weeks and 1 day is 1 month and 26 days. Kobe died on 126. 1,260 days is 42 months. And Portugal went out to a 42nd minute goal. Stuff like that I'm throwing in the book, here, there, and everywhere, where you're going to see how it all connects, guys. Jesus isn't God. I completely disagree with you. Oh, God is Jesus. Okay. No. God is God. Jesus is Jesus. Completely being misled if you believe that. If you believe that Jesus is separate to God, then you've been deceived, in my opinion. And my spirit is just, again, I've got the Holy Spirit lit within me for whatever reason. The worst thing you can do is believe that God and Jesus are separate. All right? But your choice. So let me look then. So that final was played July the 15th with 15/7 to 37th prime. I've told you, if England win it, the World Cup final is exactly 37 weeks after Southgate's birthday, before Southgate's birthday. But there's plenty of stuff for France today. I did it. So the span from that World Cup final to France playing England today is 1,609 days. That's the 254th prime. Queen Elizabeth was born with 254 days left in the year, and 9/11 was the 254th day of the year. France won that World Cup 1,609 days ago, the 254th prime. So that's wild that they're meeting today. It really is. And by the way, did you see Ronaldo went out 1-0 loss? Satan gets you 10. Portugal's coach was born 10-10. Ronaldo was born 2'5", 2 times 5 is 10. There's just so many 10s with Ronaldo, who's a false prophet. Quite simply a false prophet. Wow. From the last World Cup final to the upcoming World Cup final, guys, is 231 weeks exact. The 21st triangular number. I've said I think that World Cup final, whoever's in it, is going to finish 2-1. Let me write that down. Oh, sugar. Wait. Oh, let me go on the next page. Right. The span from the 2018 final to the 2022 final, World Cup final, is exactly 231 weeks. 231 is the 21st try. Queen was married at age 21. Will the final end 2-1? I told you England won the World Cup final 21 years after winning World War II, and the Church of Satan was founded exactly 21 years after Hitler died. Exactly. So that's a big find for whatever happens. I would, if you're making notes when you listen to me, I would mark down this World Cup final maybe 2-1. And again, it doesn't mean it's in 90 minutes. That's why it frustrates me. It frustrates me that because it could finish 2-1 in extra time. Just like I said, Neymar would score, and then he scored in extra time. But half of the book is paid out, the others didn't. Depends on your bookmaker, but they'll do that. That's what's annoying. That's why, like, the Premier League is definitely easier. If a player looks like he's going to score, it can't go into extra time. It's either going to score or he's not. God is love, John 4:16. Love it. CR7 lost. Yep, I've just explained why. It's so deep. Told you, Morocco ranked 22nd in the world. They're now on 22 World Cup points, and they did that in Ronaldo's 22nd World Cup appearance. And Morocco now have 8 clean sheets in the last 9 games. Queen died 8-9. I rave on about 51 all the time. The Illuminati were founded on 5-1. Every time I talk about a number, I have that like. I have 51 likes. Illuminati founded 5-1. Gianna Bryant was born 5-1. Kobe's daughter in 2006, the year Ronaldo got his first ever World Cup goal, the day after Messi got it. 5-1. England won the World Cup with 5 months and 1 day left on the calendar. England beat Germany 5-1 10 days before 9/11. They did it in Bavaria, where the Illuminati were founded. There's all these 51s. So they had to bring Ronaldo on after 51 minutes, 6 minutes into the second half. Because he's a Satanist. A Satanist. I've told you that Ronaldo, guys, the last time Morocco played against Portugal in the World Cup, it was 1-0 to Portugal. Who scored the winning goal? Ronaldo, after 4 minutes. His son, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., was born exactly 4 years after Ronaldo's first ever World Cup goal. Ronaldo's first ever World Cup goal, 6/17/2006. 6/17 is the 113th prime, by the way, when coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. He wears that captain's armband, Save the Planet, where people get vaccinated. Told you how he connects to the Georgia Guidestones. GG for your 77. Told you how big 77 is. That's why Pele has 77 goals. Neymar has 77 goals. The London bombings were on 7-7. The 77th Prime Minister of England stepped down on 7-7. England got to the Euro 2020 final on 7-7. Lost the final on 11-7. 11 times 7, 77. Flight 77 hit the World Trade Center 77 minutes after taking off, the 77th Meridian West. Brady was born in 77. Kanye West all over the news. The false prophet was born in 77. So England's first game of the World Cup was Southgate's 77th game with England. So There's all these 77s. Dismiss them at your peril. Dismiss them at your peril. Pele is on his way out, isn't he? And if you go on his Instagram, you'll see he has 11.7 million people. 11 times 7, 77. He's got 11.7 million people following. He did this massive, huge post congratulating female deceiver known as Neymar. Pele, I thought you were on death's doorstep. I thought you were this close to death. You're going on Instagram? You really believe these celebrities, guys, are in control of their social media? Pele's supposedly completely struggling on his last legs, but he's still going on Instagram and doing a really long tweet congratulating Neymar. I've watched you from the beginning. Yeah, Pele, because you knew the story of Neymar. Neymar was chosen when he was a child. It's already been predestined. Neymar was chosen. He was chosen to replace Pele. Chosen. Pele, 77 goals for Brazil. Neymar, 77 goals for Brazil. 77 plus 77 is 154. Argentina just got their 154th point of the World Cup after drawing with Holland. The Titanic sank on 15-4. The Hillsborough disaster was on 15-4. 15 times 4, 60. Kobe's last ever game, 60 points. Messi's first ever goal in a World Cup, it finished 6-0, like 60. Where he scored the 6th goal in a 16-minute cameo, 616, the alternate number of the beast. That game was on 616, June the 16th. These people are sick. Maradona, born in 60, dies at age 60. 66 in numerology, 6 plus 0, 6, which is Satan's number. And again, it's just undeniable, man, what I say. The connections. God is the boss, yeah. Man United won the FA Cup in 77, beating Liverpool 2-1. Wow, there's another 77 and 21 then. Tom Brady went 7-3 in Super Bowls in the 21st year, the 21st century, retired on 2-1, 73, the 21st prime. Messi scored after 73 minutes against Holland, then the game became 2-1, 73, the 21st prime. And then Holland equalised after 101 minutes. That game was exactly 101 months after they last played at a World Cup. Exactly. The Queen, finals 101 days after her birthday, after she died. Her mother died at age 101. No, this is England's 74th game. But yeah, England come into this game, 73 games at the World Cup, 21 days left in the year. 74 is a really interesting number. I'm hoping it favours England. It may not. 74, that's how old King Charles is. It's the Independence Day is 7-4. 7-4 is connected to the Beast of Revelation. 74 is enormous. 7 times 4 is 28. The World Cup lasts 28 days. 28 is the 7th triangular number. Harry Kane was born 28-7. World War I began 28-7. 79 years before he was born, the 22nd prime. It's the 22nd edition. Whoever wins this, I'm going to reveal it so much at the end of the World Cup. Then I'm taking a break for a few days. Lucifer equals 74, but so does Jesus. So does Jesus Christ. 74 is a big number biblically. I really don't think England beat France 4-1. But whatever the riddle is the riddle. Every man and his dog's going to be on Mbappe to score. He has a phenomenal riddle, but they're all going to be on Mbappe to score. I think the best riddle is Kane. I think Kane has the best riddle to score. I don't mean he is, but he has just the riddle for Kane to score is great, and it'll disappoint me if he doesn't. But again, he might score in extra time, if there is extra time. For all I know, France might beat England 7-0. Whatever it is, I'll figure it out at the end. I ain't a prophet. I don't know it all. I've got loads of stuff for England. And I will, at the end of the game, if they go out, sit down for about 15 minutes and say to myself, What was all this information? And what does it lead towards? Because I won't stop. I know all the information I have on England is revelation, biblical, World War III. I'll use the information I've got and I'll take it to the next level if they don't win it. Because it's too much. I don't believe in coincidences, and the stuff I've found is too much for me to believe it doesn't mean anything. Too much. Today is the 19th day of the tournament. Yeah. The 8th prime. Ronaldo stayed on 8 World Cup goals. So if time was real, I don't think people would use that saying. It seems like it was only yesterday. Time isn't real. Time's a social construct created by man or Satan to divide our day up into 8s. Did you watch my little video about the symbolism of 8? With Neuralink, with the World Cup, the 8 symbolism with the snakes. Satan's the snake. He was a snake in the Garden of Eden, tempting Adam and Eve. All the 8s. And I'm like, are they really going to have a 9th nation win the World Cup with all the 8s? They could. The Queen did die in the 9th month. She died, by the way, 9-8, and 9 plus 8 is 17, and Portugal stayed on 17 World Cup wins. And in the last 9 games for Morocco, they've kept 8 clean sheets. Kane can score his 8th and his 80th cap. Yeah, there's something even bigger than that, mate. I know you do great work, but if Kane scores, it's way bigger than that. But 8 is playing really big. 8 is playing really big. What do you mean England World War III, Adam? Guys, when you think about the war, you think of England, you think of Germany. Every number with Germany getting knocked out was war-themed. That's why they got so many goals or conceded after 83 minutes. World War II began 83 years ago. That's why Brady, born 83, just won in Germany. There's lots of numbers, incredible amounts of numbers that indicate World War III is literally around the corner and it's going to be 2023. And for another 2023 is you have that Super Bowl 56 finishing 2023. Morocco, by the way, just got their 19th World Cup goal. You got the 19 hijackers of 9/11. All right. They were affiliated with the militant Islamist group Al-Qaeda, hailed from 4 countries. 15 of them were from Saudi Arabia, I think 2 from United Arab Emirates. And you got one that was from Egypt and one from Lebanon. There's 19 of them. All right, all connected to the Middle East. And then you have Morocco, who just got the 19th goal. I don't think Morocco score in the semi-final. I think France or England, whoever meet Morocco, personally, are going to go through unless they're going to take it 0-0 and have Morocco sneak through. I don't think they're going to take Morocco off 19 World Cup goals, to be honest with you. And so they've got 19 World Cup goals and they've conceded 20. So that's a -4 actually goal difference. At 4. So 1923, not a lot went on that year. But the first ever game at Yankee Stadium was played in 1923. But it wasn't a big year. It wasn't a big year. Not much was going on. You did have the Union of Socialist Soviet Republica established, but yeah, I don't think Morocco score in the semi-final. They've got that 5-7. If they lose the next one, they'll get their 10th loss at the World Cup. They just won 1-0. You got the beast with 10 heads and 7 horns. Can stay on 7 draws. Get the 10th loss. So you have your Ronaldo who's 7 and Messi who's 10 when you study the book of Revelation. So yeah, it's interesting. Also, Portugal. I haven't mentioned this yet in the live stream, but Portugal. Wow, I need to mark this down because I've literally just seen it myself. Listen to this. Oh my goodness. Wait, this is crazy. To show you that it's all been done from the beginning of the World Cup. Portugal lost 1-0 to a 42nd minute goal by a player who was born on 6-1 and wears. I'll do a separate video on this. Adam, this is your. Where's number 19? Wait till you hear this. I want some likes for this. This is outrageous. Give me those likes. Portugal have conceded. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Listen to this. This is 100,000,000% going in my book. Listen to this. Listen carefully. Listen, please, to this. Portugal just lost 1-0 to a 42nd minute goal by a player who was born on 6-1 and wears the number 19 jersey. I'll repeat this a few times. All right? Let me repeat this a few times. Portugal lost 1-0 to a 42nd minute goal by a player who was born on 6-1 and wears the number 19 jersey. Portugal have now conceded 42 goals at the World Cup, scored 61. That gives them a plus 19 goal difference. And Morocco got their 19th goal of the World Cup, scored by number 19. 19 is the 8th prime. This was Portugal's 8th World Cup. 19 is the 8th prime. This was Portugal's 8th World Cup appearance. Ronaldo stayed on 8 World Cup goals. What? That's a short video. That's one of those. This is one where I just have to bang it out for 2 minutes, show the actual stat, and go, there you go. And just say, there you go. You really think it's a coincidence, guys, that Morocco just beat Portugal 1-0, 42nd minute goal by a player born on 6-1 after Portugal just won 6-1. Portugal stayed on 61 World Cup goals. The goal scorer was number 19, who did this. All right. Portugal have conceded 42 World Cup goals. The 42nd goal they conceded was after 42 minutes. They've scored 61. The player who scored against them was born on 6-1. They have a plus 19 goal difference. Morocco scored their 19th World Cup goal. Number 19 scored it. 19's the 8th prime. This was Portugal's 8th World Cup. Ronaldo stayed on 8 World Cup goals. That's enough to just make you go, wow, what? Really? How? That means it's gone on since the beginning of the World Cup, which was in 1930. 193, the 44th prime. Ronaldo goes out exactly 44 weeks before his birthday. I need to put that. The first World Cup was in 1930. 193 is the 44th prime. I'm going to have to put the Georgia Guidestones, which is connected to Ronaldo if you watch my video. The Georgia Guidestones were 19 feet and 3 inches. 193 is the 44th prime. Ronaldo just went out exactly 44 weeks before, 44 weeks after his birthday. I need to mention this because there's so many 44s and I ain't ignoring them. Argentina won their first World Cup 44 years ago. They will be playing Croatia, who have won 4 out of 4 penalty shootouts. I don't think that game goes to penalties because of that. I think they'll stay on that. I don't think Portugal game goes to penalties. Illusion needs to read the chat more. Okay. Let me go. Where am I? How many penalties do they shoot in a shootout? It varies. It could be 4, it could be 7, it could be 15, it could be 20. It depends if the players are scoring or not, to be honest with you, as to how many penalties. They say it's 5, each team gets 5, but sometimes you don't even need 5, do you? If the team you're playing against misses the first 3 penalties and you score your first 3, the max they can get is 2. And again, it's a shootout. It's connected to war. The whole narrative of Messi, Ronaldo, it was never happening. They weren't going to meet in 3rd or 4th place, and they weren't going to meet in the final. Why is everyone asking Adam questions like he knows? Thank you. I don't know everything. I tell you that. I don't sit here preaching. I have a gift. I'm very intelligent, but all my gifts come from God. Every single gift that I possess comes from God. All the weaknesses I have, I'm going to work on them. So there's loads of codes for both teams in every game, and some codes stronger than others, but either can win. That's undeniable, yes. Yes, you will always find code for both teams, and then you have to realize who in this community is the most consistent. It's probably me. But yes, there's always numbers. There's always numbers, and you can use that. Wait. I have to say that the 1930 World Cup final finished 4-2 as well. And that was between Uruguay and Argentina. So if this is the last ever World Cup, are they going to have the team that lost the first World Cup win the last one, which will be Argentina? Are they going to have Argentina win it the day after the Pope's birthday? Perhaps. So, yes, there's definitely codes for the win, the loss, the draw. It all comes down to coding in play. Can you code in play? If you can't, don't gamble. If you can't code in play at a high level, don't gamble. You ain't going to win from money line consistently. If you do want to gamble and give your energy and your currency to Satan, or perhaps take some of it from him, you better know how to gamble in play, or you're wasting your time. You're completely wasting your time. I can code in play better than anyone in the world. I prove it. I don't think there'll be anyone that sees the numbers that I see. Hello, Philip from Arizona. My mother told me England will never be defeated in a war. I don't think so. It's Pickford's 50th cap. Awful goalkeeper. Yeah, it scored after 42 minutes. Brittany Griner released 42 weeks after being detained. Falklands War started 4-2. Eriksen's return from his cardiac arrest for Denmark. His team lost 4-2. 4 World Cup finals have finished 4-2. Benzema announced he wouldn't be playing at the World Cup with 42 days left in the year. Joe Biden was born in 42. The World Cup began on his 80th birthday. There's a lot of 4-2s. Man United just got beat 4-2 in a friendly. Just didn't make any sense to be playing in it. So, again, who was Ronaldo's head coach? Ten Hag. It just goes out to a 1-0 loss. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones came down 42 years after they were erected on 7-6 on George Bush Jr.'s 76th birthday. 7 times 6 is 42. Told you all the teams that are left in this tournament have huge 42s going for them. I think there's more 42s that connect for England, but there's 42s for all of them. And what you guys should be doing when you hear me is like, shit, I think he's right. The beast is reigning. And if the beast exists, then so does Jesus. That's what you should be hearing here, not, oh, well, maybe if I place a bit of money there and if maybe I cover here. That's not what you should be taking in right now. I'm preaching revelation. I have been forever and a day, and I back it up with my codes. You need to start acknowledging that this is real. I ain't promoting gambling. I am Bob. I'm sick of people saying that. I don't gamble. I hate gambling. I think gambling's satanic. I believe God gave us free will, and if a person wants to gamble, let them gamble. Okay? I don't gamble. I hate gambling. It's satanic. It's toxic. Even when you win the money, because I won thousands. I took thousands and thousands of dollars off Satan, and I quit because of my spirit. So I put out these codes. I reveal the deception behind them. A lot of the codes I do are not even about sport. I focus on revelation and war. People take money off Satan, great. But I've told people that gambling is toxic. And unless you really know what you're doing, you're going to lose. So please don't act like I'm sat here. If I wanted to promote gambling and promote my website, I'd have over 1,000 members like that. If I wanted to do that, like that. If I revealed everything I've done. If you would have put $300 on this, and this, you could have won 20 grand from my picks. And I ain't lying. But I don't do that. I ain't in it for that. I was at the beginning. I've grown out of that. I'm hoping people on my website grow out of gambling. And they already are. At least 30 or 40 of them have said that I'm quitting gambling after the World Cup. Because of me. So don't act like I'm promoting gambling. God bless Joseph, baby. Yeah, that Grant Whale who dropped dead at 49 and Revelation gets you 49 and Antichrist 49 and 7 times 7's 49. Just drops dead during the Argentina-Holland game. Just drops dead. All these people just dropping dead. Did you notice Morocco players celebrated with 2 fingers on their eyes? No, I didn't watch. I quit gambling 2 weeks ago. Beautiful, Tobin. How do you feel? When I quit gambling, it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to get over the loss of the thrill, the excitement. And then after that, my energy levels were at all-time high when I stopped gambling. I really hope everyone on my website comes to my website for the knowledge and they stop betting. But they still want to read the codes because it's going to help them get connected to God or see through the illusion of the world. That's what my name's the illusion. I want you to see through the illusion of Satan's realm. I would love to have a community of people where not one person gambled. Highly unrealistic. I'm guessing at least half people on my website gamble, if not more. My goal is to be having a website where I put out incredible information, that people are there for the content, for me, for my energy, for my knowledge, not just to win a quick buck when the monetary system's going to collapse. And when it does, and they do shut off all the internet, you ain't going to have me to guide you. You're going to have to guide yourself. I stopped playing lottery for years. Brilliant. Lottery's a mugs game. I did a video about it. Yes, Ben, number 19 scored for Morocco to give them their 19th World Cup goal to make sure Portugal have a plus 19 goal difference at the World Cup. The 19 hijackers of 9/11. You've got COVID-19. You've got the 19-year moon cycles. 19 is enormous. It's enormous. Why is it the last World Cup, brother? Because they're going to bring in a new world order, all right, where there's going to be no countries. And if there's no countries, there's no World Cup. Simple. Simple. How are you going to have a World Cup if there's no countries? 4 years is a long time for them to do that. And the world will live as one. John Lennon, the New World Order soundtrack. We live in a world of sin. We're all sinners, yes. But God doesn't hate sinners. He hates sin. You got to remember that. This is a world full of sin and temptation because it's Satan's realm. Okay? There's some good aspects to it, of course, but this is Satan's realm. Those who follow the 7 deadly sins will make it to the top of this realm. Correct? All right, guys, 6079 Smith is in the live stream and he has a YouTube channel. He doesn't really do videos. He's not really into technology. But if you could do me a favor and check out his channel and read his community tab where he puts his codes. He's more of a guy that types stuff. He does amazing work. He's not a guy that would want to be behind a screen and talking or putting together videos, but he does put together amazing finds. Mbappe gets pegged by his handlers. Yep. Did you see Mbappe and Giroud? They're just inverted deceivers. All right, Giroud's 36. Just crap footballer, but you'll come at me with his goal scoring record. He's a crap footballer. He's painful to watch. Just a big dope. Big dopey invert. All right, who's physically strong because he's got a beast inside of him, a demon. I heard FIFA is open to host World Cup in North Korea one day. I just want to throw North Korea in the news to do their little bit of magic. Lust, pride, wrath, greed, sloth, envy. Yep. Yep. We all give in to lust. Pride can take over at times. I know with me, I can snap still. I'm still snapping at people. Like I just did with the guy I said I'm promoting gambling. I'll still snap. I've got to work on that. Greed. That's the definition of gambling, is the greed. The people who don't cover themselves, the people that just looking for the value, people who are doing 7-team accumulators because they want to get rich in one day. It's greed. And when you greed in your life, you'll get punished. You do. When you get greedy, just like when you eat, and you eat and you eat and you eat to the point where you're like, oh, you feel terrible because you've been greedy. You've been greedy. Cameron, if you're asking what sloth and wrath, have a little look. Sloth is basically laziness. Think of the animal, a sloth. All right, I've always been really irritated by lazy people. I remember in England, lazy people who were on the dole, who didn't work, who sat at home watching Jeremy Kyle, smoking cigarettes, eating the microwavable meals and doing nothing. That is sin for me. That's not making the most of your life that God's given you. Sat on your ass doing nothing. So, yeah, lead your life, focus on the 7 virtues. You are going to commit sin. There ain't anyone in that chat right now who's suddenly just going to find Jesus and stop committing sin. We're all going to do it. To our last breath, you've got to reduce it. You've got to see through Satan's tricks and his deception. But you're still going to give in every now and again. If we really want to break down what sin is, you could say drinking a beer is sin. I know I'm going to have another beer. All right? Having sex without being married, I know I'm going to do that. But there's a lot of other things that I'm improving on daily. And maybe I'll get to that point where I'm just completely living in the middle of nowhere, around nobody, where I do live somewhat of a sinful life. It's highly unrealistic. But maybe. Why not? What if Morocco end up winning? It'll wake up the world. It'll wake up the world if Morocco win. And it's satanic. If Morocco win, it's all Satanism. I have a deep, deep code on how Morocco are synced up with Satanism. I'll reveal it. Whoever wins at this point, you might say, oh, you've got a code for all of them. I don't have much for Croatia. Do you know Maradona has Croatian roots as well? Croatian blood? Maradona. So I don't really have much for Croatia whatsoever. And imagine they win. Imagine they win it. I don't know what I'd find on them. I'd probably just leave it and say, hey, I got it wrong. I don't know why Croatia won it. But do you think it's going to question my work? Nah. Whatever happens, whoever wins this, it won't do that. If England win it, all it's going to do is enhance my work. If any other nation win it, I've still, again, shown better than anyone in the world. The World Cup's satanic and it's corrupt, and the results are pre-orchestrated by a code. Somebody's saying Argentina will win 97% sure. Well, there's always that 3%. Are they going to let the GOAT win to confirm to the world that the GOAT is running the show, the Baphomet? I don't think it's that obvious that they'll do it. Argentina have the most exceptional 36 riddle, and all of their numbers have been hitting. All of their numbers. And they could play Morocco. Who knows? Morocco have made it to the knockout stages first time in 36 years. The last time they made it to the knockout stage was when Argentina won the World Cup. If England go out today, I absolutely believe it's Argentina's World Cup, but I'll have to look deep and deep and deep, and I'll put out the riddle for all four nations. But if England win, I think they get the World Cup. I don't think they'll put them out in the semi-final. 2 tournaments in a row. I don't think they'll put Croatia in the final 2 tournaments in a row. I don't think they'll put France in the final. And I know there's been back-to-back winners in the past. I know Italy have done it. But I don't think France win the World Cup. And this might haunt me. They might win it, but I just don't see much for them at all. I think they're done today. Croatia is symbolic of Russia. That's a very good point. The last World Cup was in Russia. France won the World Cup, the same colours in the flag as Russia. I'm saying 2-0 England, no reason, just what I picture. Sometimes that's what you got to go with, Anthony Bebe. Sometimes that is what you've got to go with. So Ronaldo gets his 196 international cap. That's a FIFA record. So he had to break that record, didn't he? He had to break the record. And now he's gone. But the fact is, Ronaldo, you can have all these records. You've never scored in a group stage game, in a knockout game. You've never, ever scored in a knockout game. I've been looking at all these images of Pele, really wide hips. Pele was a female, one of the first greatest deceivers on the world stage, Pele. Big old hips on her, Pele, haven't you? Female possessed by a demon. Argentina have become faves now over France. Well, of course. That's obvious. They're in the semi-final. France are not. Pele is the greatest. Coca-Cola, if you're still a fanboy, what are you doing in my live stream? Pele is the greatest. Cringeworthy, man. Cringeworthy. Have you ever seen him play? Have you watched him play a game of football? Why is he the greatest? My goodness. Messi is a false messiah, yeah. Adding to your 19, Santos stayed on 67 wins and took his 19th loss. 8 minutes added time. Yeah, like 9-8, Queen's death. Morocco are the 25th team in the semi-finals, leaves 26 for 2026, which I thought would happen. So, wait, you're telling me they're the 25th different nation in a semi-final and the fourth horseman. Brilliant stuff, Alto. And the fourth horseman can take out 25% of the earth. Ronaldo was born 2-5, just like Neymar. They're both gone within a day of each other. And knowing Brazil, they speak Portuguese. They crucified the Christ and woke up the false Messiah. That's a very good play on words. Yeah, I agree. I think that makes a lot of sense. Cristiano Ronaldo has been so synced up with Christ. He had the second coming of Christ at Man United. What happened? What happened with the second coming of Cristiano Ronaldo, the second coming of Christ? What happened? He got humiliated. He got humiliated on his return to Man United. The second coming of Christ, where he joins the Red Devils. And now he's gone out today. Pretty much got humiliated. He's been subbed the last 2 games. He's the captain. Subbed. Didn't really do anything this World Cup at all of any significance. He got 1 goal in 5 games. Did nothing for Man United this season. The pundits have been laughing at him if you watch all of that. He's got even people like Micah Richards mocking him. Messi, on the other hand, the GOAT, who you have to say at this point has had a better career than Ronaldo, he's thriving. The GOAT is thriving. So it's deeply biblical. Ronaldo did look like he was laughing. Yes, somebody sent me a video. Yes, Messi is inverted. That's why they tell us he got sent to a lab in Europe when he was a child. Said it was for growth hormones. No. Just to get rid of his dick. All right? Pumping with testosterone. I'll say this for one last... Well, it won't be the last time because I always have to repeat myself. These players are possessed. If you want to just look at it, that Ronaldo was born or Messi was born as a female and have been pumped with drugs and that gives them this extra edge. If you think that's all it is, you are spiritually blind. The Baphomet who they worship, the real goat with the goat's head, the Baphomet has both a vagina and a penis and female breasts. The Baphomet, if you worship him and you do ritual sacrifice and you go completely against Jesus Christ and you perform witchcraft, you will get the gifts from him in this realm. So Ronaldo, Messi are both females pretending to be men, deceiving the world. One of the things you have to do to be rewarded from the Baphomet, they get possessed by demons to do out of this world feats. But their whole life that they've lived is a life of deception. If you start looking at these players carefully without being emotional about it, yes, Brock Lesnar is a female. And you're going to go, ha, 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 ha. It'll all come out. The Rock's a female. I'll say it. Look at the conviction in my mouth. The Rock is a female. As is Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate. All right, they tell you Ronda Rousey is the baddest woman on the planet. You believe Ronda Rousey is a woman? I tell you Mike Tyson's a woman, though. But they'll tell you as the baddest man on the planet to mock you. Just to mock you and stay woke, guys. They're possessed by demons. Their whole lives are coded. They lose their free will. Study the Baphomet. If you don't understand who the Baphomet is, you don't know what on earth I'm talking about. Yes, they are females. Have you not watched women's football? Have you not seen that Brittany Griner who's in the women's NBA? Have you not watched these women footballers or tennis players or wrestlers or politicians? Are you blind? It's far easier to see an FTM for me. But again, that's opinion. That's opinion. But if you look at these women players, see the one who just won that I'm a Celebrity, Peter Crouch. Literally Peter Crouch. in a wig. People tell me that the Williams brothers are beautiful and I'm jealous of them. I'm jealous of women, of tennis players. What you on about? They're men. Michelle Obama is a man. Barack Obama is a woman. Donald Trump is a woman. His wife is a man. David Beckham's a woman. Posh Spice is a man. Brad Pitt is a woman. Jennifer Aniston, a man. Justin Bieber, a woman. Selena Gomez, a man. But you haven't done your research, the people that are trying to go at me. You haven't looked into the surgeries that they do and how they can change a person's voice, how they can give somebody an Adam's apple. Have you seen Ronaldo's Adam's apple? How they can give you one, how they can remove a penis, how they can remove your uterus, how they can remove your breasts, how they can give you breasts, how they can put makeup on you, how they can remove the fat around your hips. Know the difference between a straight back and a curved back. All these Beckham with his curved back, because it's a woman, curved back to give birth. They look at Beckham's chest, it's indented. Like all these top stars, Justin Bieber's, it's indented where they've had surgery. You don't get to their level. All right. You think all these top stars are where they're at because they're just talented? They can remove ribs. Marilyn Manson literally told the world he had ribs removed. You think these top stars, politicians, are all there just because of their bloodline? Nothing to do with giving themselves over to Satan? No, but not Brock Lesnar. No, not Brock Lesnar. It can't be Brock. He's too big. Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter? It's a man. Have you not seen Brock Lesnar's daughter? It's a man. Google it. Oh, maybe Brock Lesnar's daughter's a man. Yeah, but no way Brock Lesnar is a female. No way. No way Mike Tyson is. That's the baddest man on the planet, Illusion. You have no idea, man. You're being conned, deceived, and you're living in denial. I have the fire of the Holy Spirit just lit deeply in me. For whatever reason, you better start paying attention to me. I don't say this stuff to rattle you. Yeah, Jennifer Lopez, man. Shakira, man. The hips don't lie. She even told you. Will England beat France? Am I a genius? Do I have a crystal ball? You tell me, will they? Why do you all keep asking me, will this team win? Like I have the script. You tell me, will they win? Are they going to win? Tell me, what score? Who's going to score? Exactly after how many minutes, please? End seconds. All right? Let me know so I can put a bet on. Who's going to win, mate? Get bombarded with that on Twitter all the time. Who's going to win? Who's going to do that? Who's going to win the World Cup final? Who's going to do that? Who's going to be the golden boot? Who's going to do that? What am I going to order for dinner tonight? I ain't here to tell you where the world's going to go 100%. I'm here to reveal deception. Okay? So England, somebody said England are going to win 4-1. So there you go. It's 4-1. England win 4-1. Done. Because somebody said so. What the hell Brock's daughter is Brock? Yep. Brock Lesnar's daughter, who's a female, is the spitting image of Brock Lesnar. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Brock Lesnar's daughter looks identical to Brock Lesnar. So I've told you, I'm done with people saying, I think Neymar's probably an invert, but not Ronaldo. All right, maybe Shawn Michaels is inverted, but not Brock Lesnar. Like, just picking and choosing and fanboying still. Hit a Lick, a good decoder says England will win 2-0. That's a great name, Hit a Lick. I don't know. I think I will say this. I think a lot of people are going to bet on both teams to score. They're going to expect a lot of goals, especially after the last game was 1-0. It seems like in these games, it's like both teams to score doesn't hit. And then it hits. Like Croatia, Brazil, didn't hit. Holland, Argentina, it hit. Morocco, Portugal, didn't hit. Will they have it be both teams to score? Let me have a quick look. And I want your opinion. Does it make sense? Maybe it does. Does it make sense that France are the favourites here? Perhaps, with them being world champions. But for me, it makes no sense France being the favourites. People are dismissing England. They're going under the radar, which is often a good sign. They're being dismissed. England have the most goals in the tournament. All right? Nobody's beat them. I don't know why. Should they be favourites? It should be same price as France, in my opinion. Conscious X, I used to watch his stuff. I don't watch it anymore. I think, again, every kid that I've spoken to, have all told me France are winning. And not to wind me up, because they know I'm not into the whole banter of, they all think France, but they also all thought Brazil were going to win the World Cup. So England win because it doesn't make sense for France to be in the final again. Yeah, but Alto, France can win and lose the semis. So this isn't a semi-final. I don't think France or Croatia get there again. I don't think they meet each other, because that will just be scandalous. That'll be up there with Ronaldo Messi final if they do France-Croatia again. I don't really do back-to-back finals with the same teams, especially a nation like Croatia, who literally lost 2 of their 3 best players. I told you that. Mandzukic, Rakitic, retired from Croatia. You always thought of Croatia, you thought Modric, Rakitic, Mandzukic. 2 of them are gone. And now they've got the best players, Modric, who's 37, and Perisic, who is a squad player at Tottenham. That makes sense at all. How much free will do you think we have, Adam? Tons. Tons of it. Unlimited amounts of it. Free will. It's one of our greatest gifts that we have. We often want to convince ourselves that we don't have free will and that I have to do this, I have to do that, I have no choice. Yeah, you do. We have tons of free will. And soon you're going to have that decision to make between God and Satan. Man United are playing right now, and they're losing to a Spanish team, Real Betis. And the goal was scored after 49 minutes. They're down 1-0, 49, which is that 7 times 7. Man United's last goal before the winter break was scored by number 49, Garnacho. So they're down. Number 9 scored for Betis after 49 minutes. Why are they playing these games? The Red Devils, revelation. Red Devils are playing a Spanish team the day Ronaldo goes out. And obviously, he had his most success in Spain. Get Mbappe sent off. There's not been a sending off the whole World Cup other than today. Was the first one. I don't know if they're going to have back-to-back sending offs when there hasn't been any sendings off. But just the mockery that the player gets sent off after 93 minutes and Jesus died at 9 a.m. and resurrected at 3 p.m. 93 was the the bombings as well. There was the bombings in New York. I just did a post about it. It's pretty wild stuff. World Trade Center bombings in 1993. It occurred, by the way, at 10:18 a.m. Luke 10:18. Satan was cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt. 1,042 people died. England won the 8th World Cup. France won the 21st. 8-2 won the 142nd prime. I'm telling you, all of these rituals that have happened historically are coded. They're coded. All those 8-2 ones, Maradona, 8 goals, 21 games. Messi had the 8 goals, 21 games at the World Cup. Ronaldo was 8 and 21. It's 142nd prime, which is Eriksen's birthday, which is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is connected to hearts. Eriksen had a cardiac arrest. Maradona died of a heart attack. And this occurred at 10:18. I really have to get a book out there of my best ever codes. I lost so much of them because Patreon deleted my account for absolutely no reason. So it's just baffling. And that 1993 World Trade Center bombings, as it was the 57th day of the year. The 57th day of the year. Ronaldo just went out 57 days before his birthday. Morocco, 5 wins, 7 draws at the World Cup. Got Super Bowl 57. The NFL regular season is a span of 57 days after the World Cup final. Another 42, by the way. Elvis died at age 42. He was the king of rock and roll. He was the first celebrity to get vaccinated for polio. I'm not seeing it as Sociedad. It's showing me Real Betis are 1-0 up. And they'll probably beat them. Probably finish this scoreline. Probably finish 1-0 for Satan after 49 minutes. Oh, Mavericks in the building. How to overcome this? What's your final prediction? For what? Today's game? Or the World Cup? Or the world? What's your question? I think England beat France. I think they knock out France today. By the way, Benzema was born in Lyon, France. Him and Zidane are both of Algerian descent. That's true. Queen Elizabeth's mother, her last name's Leon. Memphis Depay. He played for Lyon. Notice how Memphis Depay stayed on 43 goals for Holland, and they lost 4-3 on the penalty shootouts to Argentina. World Cup final prediction, England, Argentina. England win. And if England don't go through today, I think Argentina lift the trophy. Adam, they did 1986, 1990 West Germany, Argentina final. Yeah. Yeah, the 1990 World Cup final. Germany beat Argentina 1-0. Number 10, Maradona was the captain. Number 10, Mateus was the captain. It finished 1-0. Maradona lost. 1990 was the year George Bush Sr. gave his New World Order speech. But yeah, Germany, Argentina, that's 2 of the biggest nations in the world. I don't think they put Croatia in back-to-back World Cup finals. Germany, yeah. Italy, yeah. Argentina, yeah, those nations. Croatia, less than 4 million people. Aging squad. If they get them there, just, again, Let them do Croatia, Morocco, and wake up the whole world if you want. I'm easy with it all. As long as people are seeing through it, I'm all good. France won the 100-Year War is a huge concern for England. Yeah, there's plenty of concerns for England today. There's plenty of concerns if you're a Frenchman, though. Loads of stuff for England, loads. Lisandro Martinez, 22, made the 216th penalty shot of the World Cup to win 22 months, 22 days after his 22nd birthday. Oh, wow. And the score finished 2-2, didn't it? In the 22nd World Cup. I knew he'd play some sort of a role at 22. He was the first to celebrate with Di Maria when they won the Copa America. 22 went over to number 11. And then Argentina's World Cup began on 22-11, which is your 33. All right. I think Zach Hubbard's here. I don't know if it's actually him or not, but Rambo's decoder Morocco beating Portugal in the Battle of the Kings in history played out today, and Rambo never brags about being the best decoder. I love Rambo. I think Rambo's an exceptional decoder. I believe that his codes are better than anybody's, but he doesn't do enough of them. I believe his knowledge is unbelievable, but I don't believe there's anyone in this community, Zach, that does the work that I do about a range of subjects. He's amazing with astrology. He calls a few sports outcomes. He puts together amazing productions in his videos, but he does what? 1 a week, 2 a week. I saw the riddle with Morocco with the king during the game. Bang on. I think it's phenomenal. We get along really well. But again, it ain't about who's the best decoder. Truth's not a competition. But if somebody wants to call me out, number one, I'll say, what are you doing for the community? And two, I'll say, who's doing more consistent work than me about a range of subjects? I don't think there's anyone, Zach. There's definitely people better than me at astrology. There's definitely people that will have more knowledge of me biblically. There's people that will do maybe the NHL better than me. But I'm calling out all professional sports. I code all of them at a high level. I prove it. All of them. I call out the trans agenda. I call out Satan. I've studied the book of Revelation. I know it inside out. Okay? I've decoded all the wars. I've got all the connects with 9/11. I know everything about the royal family. I called the Queen's death when she was 94, that she'd go at 96 right before the World Cup. There's a lot that I do for this community, but I don't need to be seen as the best. And I know Rambo is very modest. That's just his nature. That's his nature. Yeah, and it's the truth codes. The truth codes, and I'm actually going to be calling Rambo. We're having a scheduled chat after the World Cup. Him and Rambo, both of us, decoded Leicester to win the FA Cup before the season began, when they won it. We both did that together. Like I had Liverpool to win the FA Cup last year before the season began, 33 years after the Hillsborough disaster, which they won. So Jude Bellingham has 1 goal, 2 assists in 21 games with the England national team. Can get second goal to have 2 goals, 2 assists in 22nd international cap, wearing number 22 in the 22nd World Cup. There's so many 22s. Of course, it's the 22nd edition, the master builder number. England's first goal of the World Cup was scored by number 22, Bellingham, after 35 minutes. He has the war theme. He plays in Germany with Dortmund. It looks like he's going to come over to England, probably play for Liverpool. Bellingham was born in Birmingham. Birmingham is where England flew out of in their Rainbow jet, which connects to the LGBTQ community. Okay. So people are asking me where you're watching the game. I don't watch any of these sports games. I never will watch any of these sports games. So I'm not even going to respond to that, to be honest. Yeah, so like I said, Bellingham's born in Birmingham. Gareth Southgate, captain Aston Villa, who are in Birmingham. You've got Birmingham that connects with Martin Luther King. Went to Birmingham jail, the letter from Birmingham jail. He died 4-4, 68, all the 44s that I discussed. Benzema's the first Ballon d'Or winner to not play in a World Cup in 44 years. Argentina won the World Cup 44 years ago. You have no other than Elon Musk, who won Time Magazine's award in 2021, buying Twitter 44 billion. Just England's dialing codes +44. Elizabeth had 4 children. You had the fact Elizabeth's Jubilee was 4 days. 4 days is 96 hours. She died at age 96. England hosted Euro 96, which was one of the reasons I liked the Queen to die at 96. Over 2 years ago. Lots of videos to show you that. Hundreds of people to back it up. And she went 96. 9 times 6 is 54. She died the 251st day of the year, the 54th prime. It's why LeBron James overtook Kobe Bryant in the scoring charts on 25-1, 54th prime, and then Kobe died a span of 5 months and 4 days after his 41st birthday. It's baffling. Ronaldo scored in 5 World Cups, Messi in 4, another 54. Don Shula died on 5-4. The only guy to have a perfect season. Did that with Miami, who are having a decent season this season. If you're selling a book, okay, but paying for YouTube decode, what are you talking about? I give you my live streams for free. Unbelievable live streams, detailed live streams. I make you laugh. I make you cry. I teach you. I answer your questions. I talk about a range of topics. I do it for free. I could easily charge you all. Half of you would pay it. I've told you the money I'm making, I'm comfortable. I could be making 10 times the amount if I wanted to. If I wanted to gamble, if I wanted to charge for everything that I do. I have people saying your live streams are the best thing. Amazing. So of course you pay to listen to me talk. I don't charge you to listen to my live streams. Do I? Oh, Rambo? Listen, I've told you, Rambo is highly intelligent. I think he codes for the right reasons, but I don't think he puts out enough content. I don't think he talks about a range of stuff. He's an expert in astrology and Roman gods and Greek gods, and he syncs all of that up with professional sports, and it's undeniable what he does. His finds are incredible, and he's definitely one of the few people in the community that I can actually learn from. But I don't think he puts out enough content. It's kind of like a player who has an amazing game every now and again. I'm a guy constantly putting out strong performances, day in, day out, and I have for 2.5 years. I don't put out one video a week, but I love Rambo. So, when is the Antichrist dropping? That's not written in the book. We're not going to know the exact date that the world ends or the Antichrist is going to arrive. Don't know who it's going to be. But again, the horses are coming, so you better run. I ain't running away from these horses. Queen Elizabeth's so synced up with horses. See the photo of her wearing green between 2 white horses. The 4th horseman's death, which is green. The 1st horse is white, which for me is the Antichrist. People say, it's Jesus. No, the Antichrist comes before Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. The 1st horseman is the Antichrist. All right? And the Antichrist is going to bring about war, famine, and death. War plus famine equals death. All right? Mbappe's smiling like it's his best day ever. Well, whatever happens, he's going to go back home to France after this tournament with his tranny wife. Bloke. And again, this is what I'm saying. I said months before, an elite footballer is going to come out and tell the world before the World Cup that they're dating a transgender. I said it. Nah, no way. They're not going to do that. I said it. Months later, who's dating a transgender? Mbappe. Who's having the best tournament of the World Cup in a nation that hates the LGBTQ community? Mbappe. The guy dating a tranny is dominating. And how many goals does Mbappe have? 5 goals, 4 games, 54. If he scores today, he's going to have 6 goals in 5 games. He scored France's final goal in the 2018 World Cup after 65 minutes. Pope Francis became the Pope on 3/13, the 65th prime number. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic whilst Bill Gates was 65 years old. England in Euro 96, when they got knocked out by Germany in the semi-final when Gareth Southgate missed the decisive penalty, Shearer opened the scoring after 3 minutes. Germany equalised after 13, 3-1-3. What was the final scoreline in the penalty shootout? 6-5. 3-1-3, the 65th prime. Number 6, Southgate missed England's 6th penalty. When England won the World Cup in 66, number 6 lifted the trophy. 666, the year the Church of Satan was founded. All right? 66, the 66th book of the Bible is Revelation. 6 times 6 is 36. 666 is the 36th triangular number. And I've told you, Argentina won the World Cup 36 years ago. They have this massive 36 riddle. Pope Francis was born in 36. Messi turns 36 next year. Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia 151 days after Messi's birthday. 151, the 36th prime. Maradona died with 36 days left in the year. Maradona died 24 months, 23 days before the World Cup final, the 360th prime, 360. That's how many degrees are in a circle. All right, because we're on a loop. History repeats itself. It repeats itself. The World Cup final is 30 weeks and 6 days after the Argentina coach's birthday. Messi came into this World Cup with 6 goals. 36, the square root is 6. He now has 9. Oh, he has 10. Number 10 has 10. The guy in this tournament that I predicted he would score after 10 minutes on 10 date numerology did score after 10 minutes from a penalty. Maradona also won number 10. Portugal's coach was born 10-10. They've just gone out after losing 1-0 like 10. All right? So this Amani Anani, I'll keep the guy out. Zach probably experiences this as well. Fair play to Zach. What I'll say about Zach Hubbard is he is there every day doing live streams. Whether you like him or not, whether you agree with him, he's there every day. And then people come in the chat and you have this guy called Blind, who's a Mani Anani, who has a crush on me, comes in my live stream, calling everyone crazy, calling everybody blind, yet he's in the live stream, which just shows you what a moron he is. I told you Man United would lose 1-0. They just lost 1-0 to a 49th minute goal. It's finished 1-0. Revelation gets you 49. Antichrist gets you 49. Prince Philip died on 4-9. Tom Brady retired 22 seasons, 7 rings, 227, the 49th prime. Supports the 49ers. Keep an eye on them in the NFL. Keep an eye on the 49ers. San Francisco, where the Church of Satan was founded. San Francisco, Papa Francisco. Pope Francis, born 1217 on Saturnalia, 1217, the 199th prime. Brady, the 199th pick in round 6. 199 was Queen Elizabeth's funeral, 199. 199 is the 46th prime. Brady retired 46 days after the Pope's birthday. He retired 319 days before the Pope's birthday. 319 is the score of Super Bowl 55, 31-9. 31 plus 9 is 40. He came out of retirement 40 days after. Jesus fasted 40 days, 40 nights. England lost to Hungary 4-0 on Donald Trump's 76th birthday. Hungry, like fasting. Jesus didn't give in to temptation. God is salvation, Satan's temptation. Anyone on YouTube who's dismissing God and calling out God and saying Jesus is a fictional character, then they're lost. They're on Satan's team. They are Antichrist. They're Antichrist and they don't have faith. And I don't care how much knowledge they have of numbers and how many sports picks they've got right and what they've called in the past. If anyone's calling out Jesus and saying Jesus didn't exist and is a fictional character, they're lost and they're satanic without even being aware of it, in my opinion. So, again, I do what I do. I am me. I have the Holy Spirit within me. I promote God. I call out Satan. And then all the other stuff I do in between is to call out Satan by calling out his trans agenda, why the LGBTQ community is being heavily promoted. All right. Why you have Pride Month. Pride is a deadly sin. You have Pride Month, which is the 6th month, the whole 6th month of the calendar of June. Satan's number 6. All right. Pride Month has the term demon in the middle of it. The flag that they have has 6 colors. I call that out. I'll call that out. And I always tell you that Jesus is number 7. He's always one step ahead of Satan. Always will be. And there's your 7-6 for your 7 times 6 for your 42. Vatican City was founded the 42nd day of 1929. Basilica was struck by lightning twice, the 42nd day of 2013. These 42s are not coincidences. Right before the false prophet, Francis became the Pope, the basilica was struck twice by lightning, and Satan was cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt, where he was Lucifer, and now he's Satan, and he hates God, and he hates mankind, which is God's greatest creation. He wants to destroy mankind. He wants to create his own humanity through artificial intelligence, but artificial is what it is. Artificial, it's fake. And that's what Satan is. It infiltrates everything that's pure. So I will call this out until my last breath. I'll call it out. And again, I ain't doing it to be the best. I don't give a shit about being the best. All right? I don't give a shit if there's people in the community that have more subs than me or making more money than me. I go to bed every single night knowing I'm doing God's work. And I'm leading people to Jesus every single day now. You might be leading people to winning a bit of extra money, which they're going to lose because the average gambler is going to lose money over the year because they don't know how to gamble. Gambling is satanic. That's the reality. It's why I don't gamble. How can you do all these codes and not gamble? Because I have the Holy Spirit in me. I know how satanic gambling is. I made the decision with my free will. If I had no free will, I'd still be gambling now. I quit. I'll never do it again. I'll never watch sports again, professional. The roulette table, you add up all the numbers, it's 666. 36 numbers, 666, the 36 triangle number. Red and black are so connected to Satan and the Jesuit order who are behind everything. The red and the black, connected to Satanism. So, again, that's why Man United, the Red Devils, wear the red shirts and the black shorts. So, I'll look you in the eye and you can say I'm arrogant. I am exceptional. I don't need you, or anyone to tell me that. I know. But I know that the gift that I have right now is God's. And God's using me. And that's important. But I know what I am doing every day is exceptional and life-changing if you have ears and eyes to see and hear this. And if it's not getting through to you now, all right, if this is not getting through to you, you might not ever find Jesus if what I'm saying now is not getting through to you. If you still just want to use this knowledge to just win your little bit of money when the monetary system's going to collapse, all right, when you're not going to have electricity soon, when you're going to struggle to put food on the table? You think you're going to be caring about a football game, which is not even going to be going on anymore because they don't need to distract you with it? You think you're going to care? Whatever happens, I'm going to have my faith. Whether I have a lot of money, no money. Whether I have a YouTube channel, no YouTube channel. I'm going to have my faith, which gets stronger every single second of the day. I could quit the website right now and still be happy with who I am and my faith in God. I keep that website. I work so hard on the website to reveal the deception, to create a community of people that want to believe in God, that want to help other people believe in God. People trying to call me out that I'm greedy. The guy who doesn't gamble when his hit rate's as good as anybody's. The guy who could be charging $50 a month for his website quite easily, but isn't. France dominating right now. What does that mean? What does that even mean, that they're dominating? Does it mean anything? The only thing that matters is who progresses. All right? It don't matter if... Guys, Saudi Arabia didn't have a shot against Argentina in the first half. The first time that had ever happened since 1966. They didn't have a shot on target. They didn't have a shot against Argentina. Yet, the second half, they beat them. They beat the team that had a 36-game undefeated run. They beat them, despite not having a shot in the first half. So if France are dominating now, what does it mean? You're watching the games and you're getting taken in by it all. If France progress, we'll find out why at the end of the live stream. But again, if you continue to watch these games and get so engaged in them all, how's Jordan Henderson starting for England if it's all legit? How? How's that guy starting who was barely playing for Liverpool? He would come on for 20 minutes. How's he starting? Because of his numbers, maybe? Maybe because of his numbers? So, Adam, that cap has devil symbolism. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. The devil is that. If you look at my hat, it's the thumb. So stop talking shit. Here we go again with all the symbolism with the stuff. I got this, my wife, Betsy, bought me this hat when she went to Costa Rica. All right, I didn't buy the hat. So I'm not being hypocritical, mate. Jeez. Luke Shaw's a crown tattoo. Luke Shaw scored England's goal in the Euro 2020 final. Awful footballer. He got humiliated at Man United for a few seasons. And then out of nowhere, he has a half-decent season. And he becomes England's first-choice left-back. Very mediocre player. Came on the scene out of nowhere. Played for the Saints. They mock Jesus. All these players that come and play for the Saints. The Saints. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Bale, a.k.a. Baal. All right? Van Dijk at the Saints. Do you know Gareth Southgate got released by the Saints when he was 13? Got released by the Saints, but then he captains the Villains. Yes, Gareth Southgate was released by Southampton as a kid. Their nickname's the Saints, yet he still went on to have an amazing pro career. Where was he the captain? The Villains. The Villains. Saints and Villains. So he couldn't do anything for Southampton, the Saints, but he captained the Villains. All right, and who supports Aston Villa? Prince William. The guy born summer solstice. 216. 6 times 6 times 6. 216. All right. What are you guys doing? We're having a chat, mate. This is self-harm only if you don't know what to do with the knowledge. So seek proper help. So again, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Southampton recently, what they got beat 9-0 by Leicester. You don't think that was a ritual? And then 9-0 by Man United in the space of less than 2 years. They get beat 9-0 twice. How is a pro team getting beat 9-0? I'd understand it if a pro team beat an under-21 team 9-0 or their academy team. How does a professional football team in the Premier League, with arguably the best players in the world, get beat 9-0 twice in the span of 2 years, and they didn't get relegated? Bournemouth got beat 9-0 by Liverpool. And then the game after, they kept a clean sheet, did Bournemouth. Liverpool won 9-0 in the game right after a 9-year-old was supposedly shot dead in Liverpool. All right? This is just crazy. All right, this blind guy's going because it's a Mani and Nani, guys, and the guy's just completely lost. Just completely lost. And he'll come back. This blind guy, which is a Mani and Nani, who's got, I'm not going to be negative. He's got about 40, 50 different accounts, and he's going to come back in under a different name, and he's going to do the same thing. These are people who are demons without realizing it. They're scared of the truth that I'm spreading. They're scared of the knowledge that I'm sharing. They're trying to affect my flow. All right? And he'll be back in. He, whatever. Joey Williams is in the house. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well, lad. Joey Williams is a wonderful guy. 42 years old, though. 42. Much love to your beautiful girl as well. The fact that a guy is coming in whose name's blind, who's clearly blind, it's just like, it's funny. Peace to you as well, Dharma Refuge. What time is it? Wow, I've got loads of messages. I'll respond to them at half time. How long have I been going? 2 hours and 4 minutes. So, Southgate, south, when you go to hell, you go south, gates of hell. 1-0 France. Jeez. Okay, that's not good. I thought the first goal was crucial here. 17 minutes, you've got to be kidding me. 7th prime. Who scored it? Number 8. Number 8, oh my goodness. Why number 8? Wow. I've never even heard of that player. Never heard of him. Can England make a comeback? Of course they can. Yeah, they can. No, Wolfie, it's 17 minutes in the game, mate. It's not game over. If it's 3-0 after 85 minutes, I'll say, yeah, it's game over. It's 1-0 after 17. 1 goal after 17 minutes. 117. 11 times 7, 77. It's telling me 17 minutes. It says 17 minutes. An early goal, I'm not too worried about that. So it's a great strike. It says Saka was fouled, but they've given the goal. So England 5-1 to win now. I don't know what they're going to do. But again, I've told you, I'm at this point in my life with it. If England don't win it and people abuse me, they can. They can abuse me. I'm fine with it. I'll just keep going day by day, revealing it. So Saka was fouled, yet they gave the goal. What number Saka? 7? 17, the 7th prime. Solov Cinder, he has 2 goals in 19 games. So this is his 19th game. And he wears number 8. And he scored 19, the 8th prime. He's number 7 for Arsenal. So what number Saka for? Don't tell me Saka's 17. Is Saka 17? Yeah, wait. So number 17, Saka, got blatantly fouled in the build-up, and then France score after 17 minutes. Wow. I just got a giggle at this point. England have a strong middle to win or not to lose, but you just can't ride off France. It's where the Society of Jesus were founded, Society of Judas. I don't know where this game's going, but I was raving on about number 8, and then number 8 scores. It's baffling. Number 8 for England is Jordan Henderson. Right, it's talking about injustice. What just happened with England? Injustice. This is smelling England. I think England's score here in this game, just like I told you Holland would score, because they won't just make it easy. I don't think they'll just let France cruise through. Number 7 assisted 17. So it was a Griezmann assist, 17, the 7th prime. I don't think this game's over at all. That's what's wrong with some people. 17 minutes in, the game's over. The game, it's already done. So after 17 minutes, number 7 assists the goal. 17 is the 7th prime. What's her name? Camilla was born on 17/7. Captain Tom Moore was knighted on 17/7. Jesuit Order, issue 177. That's where they were founded in France. Wow. So they're gonna both to score is 4-9. Prince Philip's death date. I think England score. Don't know. Let me see how many goals they have in the World Cup. 103. That is the 27th prime. They've conceded 67 now. Well, I need to write that down. Yeah, France and Morocco have a war theme and they're connected. England conceded their 67th World Cup goal. The player who scored for France was playing in his 19th game. 67 is the 19th prime. 19 is the 8th prime. And he wears number 8. Not freaking number. Going on about. All right. I'm going to have a little goose. I'm going to have a little goose into this guy. I've never heard of him or her. Where is it? Tuchman. I don't even know who this is, so I'm going to have to find out a bit of information about this invert. He's straight away. He's doing the Baphomet pose. So he's number 8 for France, 18 for Real Madrid. That's interesting. You add up those numbers, you get 26. Big Queen number. So this guy was born 127. Okay. 1 month and 9 days before his. Oh no, that's the World Cup final. Let me have a look. 6 weeks, 6 days before his birthday. Wow, that's not good for England. One thing I've just seen. England can stay on 103 World Cup goals at 27th prime, and this guy was born the 27th day of the year. But the 66, he scored 6 weeks and 6 days before his birthday. Yeah, that's not particularly good. 103.27 is really big, guys. It's why Brady's first ever NFL game finished 10-3. 27th prime, and he won his last Super Bowl 2-7. Is it a penalty? What do you mean almost? This is why it's hard to watch this. I don't know what's going on. It's free kick. Okay. Who takes free kicks for England? Guys, is it a penalty or a free kick? Because we know Maverick, oh my God, people are saying VAR, free kick, pen, goal. Guys, if you keep saying goal, I'm leaving. All right, if you keep saying goal, I'm leaving the live stream because you're winding me up now. Show me respect. I'm giving you my Saturday here. And you're telling me it's a free kick, it's a goal, it's a penalty, it's a goal, it's nothing. I'm not even going to look at the chat at this point. Let's see what happens. Okay, nothing. Nothing happened. So again, if anyone pops up and says there's a goal or there's this and there's that and you're lying, I'm gone. I'll go chill out by the pool. Again, I'm over these sports. I'll keep calling them out, but just what happened there is exactly why I'm done with them. Goal, assist, goal, free kick, penalty, VAR. Is it this? Is it that? All right, okay, I'm done. See you later, guys. I'm off. The guy, Agent D, has just ruined the live stream. I'm off to go jump in the pool. I'm gone. Blame it on him. I'm not playing along with you. I'm giving you my time, my energy, my knowledge. And if you're going to bullshit me, I'm off. So I'm going. You don't realize how much energy I give you all, and how much of my time that I give you for limited acknowledgement. So I'm going. Simple as that. See you later, guys.